hello to nobody. I know that I rescheduled this, and because of that, there's nobody here right now. I'm going to wait a couple minutes for some notifications to go out and send a few notifications. Just a moment, please. And somebody's here. Who's here? Who is here? Anybody? Hi, Kim. It's nice to see you. I've been away for quite a while. Hi, sweetie. How are you? I just have some things that I want to talk about. I don't have any particular method or way that I want to frame this. I just want to talk. I have a lot of stuff on my mind. For anybody that does know, I've been struggling with a pretty bad strain of COVID for the last month or so. I also have a friend staying here. She's not here right now, so I feel comfortable enough to do a live stream. That's another story. But I wanted to talk about things. Hey, Rach, how are you? I'm so happy that you guys are here. I really appreciate you. I want to do something really quick. I hope that you don't mind. I'm gonna post in a couple places that I crappy service. Well, it's okay. I appreciate you saying hi. You have crappy service. I have crappy follow through. So, everybody has crappy something, right? But I wanted to talk, and I hadn't really been thinking about it. I had set up this live stream, but I hadn't really thought about what I wanted to talk about. And then I tried to watch something on TV, and I came across this interesting docuseries with Melissa Etheridge about performing at the Topeka Women's State Prison, and it got me to thinking about some things. And I wanted to talk about what that brought out of me, and then I watched a trailer for a documentary about Karen Carpenter. That got me thinking about some things. So here we are. Hi, Donna. Yeah, it's been a while. No reason for you to be sorry. I'm the one that hasn't been posting anything. I'm the one that hasn't been recording any streams. I'm the one that hasn't. Hang on a second. I'm just letting. And I've seen some things online. I've been watching some other streamers that I follow, that I guess you could say no, but I don't even know what that means anymore. Knowing people, how well do we know people, right? I've been in my feelings a lot lately, and I know that a lot of it had to do with the COVID, but that's it's not entirely to do with the COVID. The COVID just gave me an opportunity to talk about it and to I'm just bopping this in a few things, a little Twitter, a little Discord, a little blah blah blah. And then I also wanted to see if anybody had anything that they wanted to talk about. If anybody showed up and they wanted to talk about something totally into talking about whatever with anybody. No, you didn't see me. Yeah, I was in that live stream this morning. That was one of the things that made me want to talk. Donna, being in the lifeboat this morning. I don't really have anything to say about that, I think enough has been said about that. And honestly, I don't really have so much as a hard opinion on what's going on with these streamers and humans and um, friends or one time friends of mine. I just know that I think a lot of us are going through some pretty serious kind of dark stuff right now, and I don't know about y'all, but I know that I'm feeling like this pressure pushing down on me, and it's so frustrating. And I got this cute new little thing, and I want to make sure. Kimbe, I got myself a little. I'm really not good at pointing at things on here. I got this cute new little. It's not a real microphone, but this is my favorite kind of microphone. It's the old school microphone. One day I will get one that I can speak into. But for now, that'll work. A little bit of peace, because I definitely believe in that. I believe in peace and kindness. There's been a lot, I mean, and let's just say it, a lot of ugliness and anger and tearing each other apart within our collective communities on YouTube. And thank you, Anika. I love it. And I'm bothered. I'm bothered by the fact that there is so much. I don't know if it's jealousy, or you get a little taste of something and you start to get kind of hooked on it, kind of like drugs, right? You know, you get a little taste of something, you get hooked on it, and then all of a sudden, you know, I don't know, but it's been a rough couple of months in the YouTube Discord. I don't want to say Discord, but just a kind of a side to the YouTube channels. But I know that there's been so much going on and so many people tearing each other apart, and I don't want any part of it, because I have spent my life being torn apart by people, so I don't want to play. So I don't. I've walked away from a lot, pretty much the entirety of the SPTV community. I wouldn't say I walked away from the lifeboat community. Well, I mean, I guess those are the exact words, but I did walk away from the lifeboat community. But it wasn't because of the friends that I made. It was from the cliques and the factions and the haters and the trolls. And believe me, I didn't really know anything about online haters and trolls until I got deeper into modding for William Good's channels, Film the Police LA and Streets LA Scientology Audit. And that's when I started getting dragged on Reddit, which is adorable. I think it's really cute. You want to come after somebody that you don't even know for what? Because I started a GoFundMe. You know what? You don't know nothing about my life. If you don't care to know anything about my life, all you care about is just saying bad things about me because you don't like Will. Well, grow up, because I'm not doing this. And to people that used to be my friends, grow up. All of you. I'm so sick of it. I miss my community, but it fractured long before people started to fight. You know, I would say for me, it started when my friend Steve passed away from congestive heart failure. Technically, he passed away from sepsis. But that was a real eye opener for me, and I realized who my friends are and who my friends aren't. I'm not going to sit around in a live chat and wait for people who are not my friends to come and, you know, say bad things to me. They do it all the time on Reddit. Please just go to the subreddit protesting Scientology, and you'll see all kinds of fun stuff about me and my friends in there. And we kind of think that it's just adorable because, I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth, but whatever. Let them have their fun. If they need to say awful things about people, let them, if it makes them feel better. But I have a mission, and I have to refocus myself on my mission, which is to expose the troubled teen industry. That is the bottom line of my focus of my life. However, my channel, I've decided, is not just about, talking about the troubled teen industry and the programs and Unsilenced and, all of that. It's talking about what it's like to be a survivor of the troubled teen industry and to try to somehow find a way to fit in this world. Y'all, I just turned 54 in June, and I'm still really not sure if I've found my place in the world. And I don't mean the world of YouTube, because that's not a world. It's not. It's just it's a streaming site where people post, things of importance, things of interest, garbage, support, connection, disconnection, hatred, love. It just depends on where you look. There's literally something for probably 6 things for everybody on earth on YouTube. So I don't necessarily expect for my little channel to be any more than what it is. But what it is for me is my lifeline. This is how I can expose the atrocities of the troubled teen industry. I can expose the history of it. Hoping very soon, now that I'm not sick anymore, just a little bit of brain fog, I'm hoping to start interviewing my fellow survivors and having them tell you all their stories. So you're not just hearing it from me. And I know that you're not just hearing it from me. We've got 3 documentaries out. I say 3 like I have anything to do with them, but I don't yet. I will. I'm either going to be part of somebody else's documentary, or darn it, I am going to take this thing right here. Oh, that's money. I'm going to take that and I'll make my own documentary. And if I have to just put it here on YouTube, edit it up, put a little license-free music in it, whatever, I'm going to tell my story. And I'm going to keep telling my story. And I'm going to keep telling other people's story. And I'm going to keep talking about those we've lost. Not just while they're in programs, but after they leave. I do believe, finding our place right here. This is, and where is that, right? Where is our place? What happened? Hang on. I'm a little rusty. Where is our place, right? I say we carve out our own place. I mean, really, that's all I did. I'm not following anybody's blueprint. I'm not doing anything other than I'm just talking, right? I'm just talking about my life, how hard it can be on a second by second basis. Sometimes, people like to put it down day to day, just, one day at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. Sometimes I have to take it a second at a time. And yes, I don't have my little between the cracks thing on there, because right now I can't afford it. So I'm using free StreamYard. I don't think that anybody here really cares about that. I just, I do. I get kind of bothered easily, but I've stopped the imposter syndrome. I'm not pretending to be anybody that I'm not. I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the time for it. What do you have? Let's see what's on it. Your healing is the most important. Helping others tell the story will help them heal as well as helping you. Exactly. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. when I, and say that when I am able to get other survivors or anybody with trauma, on my channel to talk, that it isn't somehow a little bit selfish, because it is, but it's not selfish in a narcissistic sort of way. It's a selfish act in a way that helping others helps me. Raising awareness helps me. Speaking out helps me heal. All of it helps me heal. Brings attention. Bringing attention to the troubled teen industry, bringing attention to congregate care facilities, bringing attention to the fact that we currently have a bill in Congress, the Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act, waiting for it to be discussed and signed into law and signed by the president. I'm going to be really realistic here and say that it's an election year. It's almost September, so we're less than 3 months away from an election here in the States, which is really hard for me to say out loud. I can feel my jaw getting tighter just thinking about that. And we've got three wars happening around the world, 3 serious, dangerous, scary, and possibly world war inducing situations happening around the world. I mean, granted, we only talk about one of them. We're not talking about, Venezuela, or I'm sorry, Argentina. We're not talking about Ukraine. And I think that the reason for that, I know for me, is because my whole life, what happens in the Middle East, Israel, the Arab Alliance, and everything that's going on there has been something that has scared me my whole life, because that's like a tinderbox, really, the area and the people. And personally, I'm not going to get into my feelings about that. I just wish that there was a way that people could, I don't know, get along with each other, be nice to each other, respect each other. I mean, I get called an idealist a lot for those thoughts, but I'm not going to change my thoughts. I'm not going to change my beliefs. I just want peace. I do. I also, I want this presidential election behind us here in the state, because I'd really like to see this country heal itself and possibly reunite, because that makes me really sad. Obviously, there's a lot going on in my mind today. So I got 5 whole people here. I want to show you guys a pair of glasses I bought. This is stupid. I guess this is my first and hopefully only, but maybe not. Maybe it won't be my only stream that I just ramble on about my life and things that I'm doing. And anyway, so I got these cute reader glasses because I'm trying to, I'm feeling kind of girly. So I bought these. Okay, and I really, at least not be a jerk to each other. Yeah, it's pretty much cut and dry, right? Like, it's a really cut and dry thing. I'm not going to keep these on because they're just going to make me laugh. But I want opinions. What do you think? I feel like Elton John a little bit. And I have a keyboard, but it doesn't play music. It's just type things. Opinions. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Funny. I just think it's funny. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Thanks. I'm glad that you think that they're cute. My mood cannot pull them off today. I promise you, I will wear these, but it's not going to be today because today and it's cloudy. It's kind of gloomy. Kim likes them too. Thanks, Kim. I didn't see Kim say she'd like that. Are you with Kim? Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. But I have to ask. But what I mainly ask is that I don't want people to lie to me. I'm sick and tired of being lied to. I've been lied to a lot by many people, mainly myself. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. If you're also one of those people who lies to yourself to try to make things feel better or to ignore the reality of what's going on in your life. I've definitely been guilty of that. Geez, for so long in my life, I don't bother to lie to myself anymore. I I'm not working again. Um, the COVID lasted way too long. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Crystal and Kim. I'm really glad that you're both here, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Anik. I think that they're fun. Thank you, Maria. I think that they're. I need things sometimes that just they're sparkly or girly or make me feel I don't know nice, right? Like just make me feel I don't know sparkly. Yes. The value of silliness and play is underrated, isn't it? Though, isn't it? It's amazing. And imagination. How about imagination? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to imagination? Whatever happened to we don't have anything to do? Well, go use your imagination and make something up. I think that people either stopped teaching that or forgot how. I don't know exactly what happened. Could be the social climate in the world, mainly in the states, because that's all I can speak on because that's where I live. I have friends everywhere, but I live in the states, and I'm not seeing enough positivity. I'm not seeing enough positivity in the world. I'm not seeing enough positivity in people. I'm not seeing enough positivity on live streams from people that I know on YouTube. Well, that I know. I don't really know a single one of those content creators in person. Not true. Surviving Together, our girl Mac, I know her. I know everyone in here and feel comfortable with all of you. I know that I have a lot of friends that I can lean on and reach out to and talk to when I'm having a tough time, and that is invaluable. It's absolutely priceless. I try at every turn to just always be my authentic self, and also you know I I don't have expectations from others. What I do have is boundaries. And my boundaries are that if you have something bad to say about me behind my back, you are not my friend. If you are nothing but drama, you're not my friend. If you're, I don't know, diving for drama, you're not my friend. I don't have time for it. I literally, like I said, I have a friend who's been here for a week shy of 2 months. Dammy, hi. Um, I think I am doing well. I'm kind of using this as an extra therapy session for me. this week because I have a lot on my mind because I've been quiet for quite a while. And I don't want to be quiet. I'm not really that good at it. And I've felt really stifled. I've felt incapable of being able to do a live stream because I have a friend staying here. I want to make it really clear. I don't blame my friend. But I blame myself. Oh yeah. By the way, Dawn Gloves. Is this your first time here? Girl, I am honored to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. I was just waving at everybody with my middle finger hands. Yeah, you know what? I broke down. I bought the hands, Maria. I couldn't help it. I didn't get the ones with the middle fingers to put on my middle fingers. I just got the hands so that I could wave at everybody with my middle fingers, right? You know, it's not passive aggressive. It's just fun and it's funny. And I have a twisted, sarcastic sense of humor in case you all need to be reminded. Sarcasm is welcome because actually that's my main language. I'm fluent in English, but sarcasm is my first language. So, well, I really appreciate you, Dawn, for joining us. I apologize so this is a little different than what I normally do. Normally, I would be focusing on something directly to do with the troubled teen industry, either a company, somebody in power who is in with the industry, or certain programs. But I remembered today, this is my YouTube channel. So I can do whatever I want with it. And if I want to talk about my feelings, this is my channel. They're my feelings. I'm going to talk about it. I started watching this docuseries on Prime, and I thought I could watch it, but it just got me thinking. And it's a docuseries by Melissa Etheridge, and it's called I'm Not Broken. And just that alone, just the term I'm not broken is that's like, I don't know anybody else, but like that just it gets me right in my feelings, right? I'm not broken. I say a lot that I am. Excuse me, I'm really sorry. I'm not gross. I have digestive issues, so please forgive me for that. But I'm not broken. What I am is bruised, very, very bruised, and swollen, and sore. But I'm not broken. I don't think any of us here are broken. I don't know what everybody's been through, but as I'm rounding out my second year of being awake to my childhood trauma, man, it hurts, and I'm really angry, right? I'm really, really angry that there's cracked is very good. And you know what they do? You know what they do to vases in Japan when they break them? They put them back together and they glue them with gold. So that makes them even more beautiful when they're put back together. And that's what I'm working on here with myself, my channel, and anybody that wants to join, you know, the path on your own. Not join me on my path because that's culty. And I dealt with culty when I was a teenager, and I'm definitely not interested in culty. And I love how you all are saying hi to each other. It's awesome. It's one of those beautiful things for me that I can, oh yeah, you should do that, Crystal. It's everything I've ever seen is beautiful that they do that with. I've never seen anything that wasn't just absolutely stunning. But this is something, this saying hi to everybody, doing what you call a roll call. I learned that. I learned that from watching other content creators. Um, some people just call out their super chatters, but I don't have enough people or watch hours to be having super chatters. Um, and some people just do a whole roll call of everybody. And um, I appreciate them for putting that in my head to pay attention. Not that I wouldn't, and I don't really think that I need anybody to help me pay attention to people because people's my thing. I know, make that make sense, right? So people, and when I say people's my thing, it's because I love people and interacting with people is it's one of my superpowers. You know, I'm really good at talking to people. And I don't mean just talking, like talking smack. I mean talking, like really getting into it deep, talking. Um, and I'll be perfectly honest. The COVID's not the only reason that I haven't been streaming. Um, my friend being here isn't the reason I haven't been streaming. There is huge pile, probably that high of reasons why I haven't been streaming. My friends keep leaving up. Some fighting, kicking, and screaming. They don't want to go. And others choosing to go. And man, that's been so hard. I've been dealing the last few weeks with an unaliving that has kind of rocked me to my core. But let's see what Donna has to say real quick. Positivity is something that can be difficult to maintain. I've been fluctuating between positivity and rage this last week. That's why you have a migraine. I'm so sorry you have a migraine, honey. I don't know what you do for those. I know that a little bit of caffeine can help, and I love my Dr. Pepper, but only, see, I'm really not good at learning how to, everything's backwards. I like it with the cream soda because I'm a big cream soda fan. I'm working my way back off of soda. I'm still without, let me tell you something, sweetie. And for those who don't know, Anik knows. Donna knows. TCD knows. Some of you know, some of you don't. This year alone, well, let's see. Let's talk about March, right? In 4 weeks, 5 people that I love passed. That was terrible. And then a really dear friend of mine, a combat veteran who has been fighting for years, decades to fight his PTSD and his flashbacks and the nightmares and the addiction that comes with it too. Alcoholism, drug addiction. These are all things that come. They call them not comor. That I have to put this up here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I think as long as we're not snarky about it, I think that it should really be used more often. I think that we need to bring sarcasm back. So I think that that's another goal. I'm bringing sarcasm back. And just imagine that I'm singing that like Justin Timberlake singing and bringing sexy back. I can't make it work because sexy is 2 syllables and sarcasm is 3. I could just say, bring in sarcasm back. Yeah. Because I love my sarcasm and I love my witty one-line comeback. But, I think that we lost a lot of us lost that in 2020 when we were all forced to be disconnected. And I don't know about y'all, but I maybe didn't necessarily follow those rules entirely because I think that if I would have allowed myself to be locked away in my home, separate from humans for that long, I I feared that I would become agoraphobic. So I did continue to go visit friends, go to their houses and stuff. Because if you're going to someone's house, it's not like you're putting a big group of people at risk. You're just putting yourself and your friends at risk, and you're all making a conscious choice as grown adults to go ahead and, see each other. And yeah, so in case everybody hasn't noticed in the last 35 minutes, my brain is everywhere. I can't pick a topic. This is me in full scatterbrain mode. I don't know. Is there anybody that's like a millennial or Gen Z here that can tell me if scatterbrain is a banned word? And I will tell you that I don't care if it is, because I'm still going to use it. Just like, I'm feeling spazzy, and apparently that's a bad word now too, but I don't care. I had a cat named Spaz when I was a kid. Isolation can be soul crushing, and we do need each other, and we do need to be able to have some sort of connection with other human beings. Now, maybe the way that we go about it has changed, right? Because, I'm sitting in my office in my empty place talking to people that I know but have not met any of you in person. But it doesn't matter. I consider you all my friends. And in a second, I'm a little. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said I'm sorry again. Um, I sorry. I'm not. I'm not sure about the word either, because I can't. I can't keep up anymore. Um, Something that I'm noticing that I really want to talk about is, uh, everybody loves a good comeback story. Everybody loves a good redemption. But I have an even better idea. We put people on these pedestals, right? I know. I sound Canadian. Well, I do live here. Oops, my fingers together. I live in Michigan, and right here where my thumb is having a hard time explaining itself. All of this is Canada. So that's one of the reasons that I say I'm sorry a lot, because I live next door to Canada. I'm very grateful to live next door to Canada, because if all of the ish hits the fan and this country goes insane in November, myself, I'm driving to an undisclosed location because it's nobody's business, and I'm going to park my car and I'm going to swim across the Detroit River and defect to Canada and then fly to Ireland, because I don't want any part of it. It's just not in my being. It's not who I am. I can't do hate. I don't use the word. I don't practice it. I don't spread it. And I know it's asking a lot to ask others to consider doing the same thing, because, I mean, we're all grown. We're going to do what we're going to do. But I find that to be one of the most exhausting things that I've ever done. Can I put you on mute for a second? Jay, there's my girl. Hi, sweetie. Hang on a second. I have to mute you. Speaking of the friend that's staying with me. No, I know I was muted. I was on the phone. I got a phone call. And I kind of wanted to know where she was and what was going on with her so that I know how long I have by myself here. I'm really hoping that I'm not. What did I see today? I saw something. Jay, thank you so much. I know I kept going over and bugging people to come. Kimbe is or was here, Jay, too. That's really cool. Sammy is also in here somewhere. But I just I watched this show. I guess it's on CBS, but I watch it on Prime. It's called Evil, and it's a silly show. I don't care. I enjoy it. And it's on its last season, and there's, after the one I watched today, there's two episodes left, and it's really good, but it got me thinking about something. And no, I don't care. Listen, that doesn't bother me. I don't care about vaping on camera because these things right here, well, not the brand. I mean, I guess unless they want to advertise on my stream, that'd be fine. These things are, work out. I'm jealous of you. I'm here getting ready to work out too, but it seems like it's taking me like a year and a half to do it. Stuff keeps happening, but I definitely do. I need to. Mindy, what is going on? When are we going to connect? When are we going to talk? What's up? I missed you. I saw you on Liz's Live the other night. You all were doing, yay, you're setting up interviews again. I saw y'all doing a game night and it looked super fun, but it was already a little bit into it. Plus, I wasn't by myself because I'm not going to repeat myself, because I'm a really good friend, right? But I'm drowning. And I was watching something earlier, and somebody was talking about, I'm going to cry just because I need to. So bear with me. Yes, game nights are so needed. So needed. And if y'all ever decide that you want to bring somebody on to do games that's not a wrench, I'm down. Like I dig that group of people over there. For those who don't know, I'm talking about Liz Ferris and Liz Ferris's channel. I happen to be a big fan of Liz Ferris as a human being, and try to catch live streams whenever I can, send messages of friendship and support whenever I can, and be a friend, you know. But I realized something that breaks my heart, and I don't know if I've ever really talked about it. It's the worst side effect I have. Am I good? I'm so glad that I'm sounding better. That's really, really good, because I couldn't even put a whole sentence together without forgetting what I was saying for a while. That brain fog is serious. So everybody watch out for the new strand of COVID, because it's really gross. It put together by the Cultology twins. Oh, I need to start following and interacting with them so they have any idea who I am. I want to show you all my shirt too. So that is a fact. Music does soothe my soul, and music is, to me, what feelings sound like. And every day, I like brain frog better than Bane fog. All right, so maybe I still have a little bit of it. I also like to, I like to say that music is what feelings sound like. And I noticed that if I go a day without listening to music, I'm not okay. And I have gone, you want one? Okay. I'm filing that away. Actually, no, I'm going to have to write it down. Yes, flamingos. Anybody that doesn't know, I am a majestically awkward flamingo and proud of it. And I love, 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 love flamingos. Um, oops. See, I did it again. Clearly, I love flamingos. But I have been struggling lately with the reality, and I think probably since my birthday in June, August. Oh yeah, by the way, my niece is 16 and driving on her own, so everybody can go ahead and eat that with me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mandy. But yes, let's call it brain frog from now on. I love that. That is phenomenal. But I've been struggling with the fact that I've never had a successful romantic relationship in my life or anything really long term. I guess I had a long term one that was broken up into pieces for 30 years. There was nothing good, successful, or healthy about that relationship. Most of you know that I am allergic to the name Jason because of it, but there's so many Jasons that I've had to learn how to kind of not hold everybody accountable for having a name that they didn't choose. But I've never known romantic love. I didn't have children, and let me just say this really quick to JD Vance, courtesy of all of us childless cat ladies. This one's for you, JD, Mr. Football Man. I'm giving you this because you're number one. I don't care how long ago that statement was made. The statement was made, the man meant it. And I'm going to eat it up and I'm going to play with it every chance I get because it's fun. Because I'm going to take, here, let's see, this is important. He is annoying. It took me a long time to figure out relationships and I still don't understand feelings sometimes. Wow, yeah, I don't think I could have said that better. Thank you for putting that into such wonderful words for me. But I'm really into quotes. I love quotes, and it's not just, philosophical quotes or quotes from poets or, one of my favorite people to quote from is Carrie Fisher, because I would say that Carrie Fisher and Gilda Radner and Stevie Nicks are my personal, I don't like to use the word hero, or I will never call a woman a heroine because heroine's a drug. Heroes are heroes. There's no gender to hero. And I'm not going to fem it up. I just prefer the word hero. But I guess you could say my idols, my icons. Joan Jett, that's another one. My people that I look up to are people that, look, and I get this. I get that, I know a lot of people that are really, really succeed at that. And I know, right, Mandy? Dawn's here. It's like, hey, Dawn Gloves. Woohoo! You've been getting that a lot, haven't you, lately, Dawn? All the excitement whenever you bless us with your presence. And I'm not being sarcastic this time. Every time someone new that I know from somewhere else comes here, it means the world to me. Because I've got just a little community here, but I'm building it all up. But these are strong but flawed women, right? And I am a strong, as I keep being told by people, I'm a strong but flawed person. I'm sure that we're all flawed, and I can't say that everybody's strong because there's some really, really weak people out there, like JD Vance. Yeah, I'm okay with talking about politics and religion on my stream. I don't believe that I have that Do you have rules on your YouTube channel? I don't remember. But if I do, I don't think I put don't talk about politics or religion, because I have no problem talking about politics or religion, because I respect everybody's right to their beliefs. Oh, you know what, Sammy? It's okay. I just want to thank you and send you all the love back. I'll catch you later. And I just want to say thank you for joining us. La 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 la. Here's my sister Lala. Okay, we're just missing Jamie. What's she doing? Jamie. But I'm trying to learn how to, if anybody has any suggestions or advice on how I can let that shit go. And I'm gonna go ahead and swear because this channel's not monetized. And I don't always swear when I talk, but you know what? Today I'm in the mood for some swears. And does anybody have any advice on how to not let that hold me down like I'm wearing a, I have weighted blankets and I love them. I'm not exactly sure what it is that weighted blankets bring, but I've really lately been feeling like I've been wearing 300-pound weighted blanket lately. Okay, let's see. Having faith isn't the problem. It's religion, the religious policies, and people who take the Bible word for word can be dangerous. Well, there's also the people that twist the Bible to fit their narrative. And I agree with all of that. Faith is not the problem. Being a believer is not the problem. Being a non-believer is not the problem. Just the same as politics. I want to make it really clear to anybody in my stream or anybody who comes across my stream later. I am extremely open to you, regardless of how you vote, regardless of the letter next to your name. But you don't have a letter next to your name, let's be real, because nobody in here is in Congress or a state house. But, however you vote, whatever way that I love that. I love that. I'll never be in a religion again either. Having been born an Irish abomination, no thanks. Just because within Christianity they have so many sects that I'm good. I don't need it, right? And I always say that I'm spiritual, but I really like that, Mandy. I think I might have to start picking that up because I think it's a pretty phenomenal way to put it. I feel like I learn a lot from our Mandy McGee, whether you know that or not. I do. I learn a lot from you, my friend. And that's what we've got to do a interview or a live or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks for getting me back into the Sims. I hadn't played that. Oh, Anik, you're gonna leave too? Oh no, it's just Sammy. Sammy, I'll catch up with you later. I just want you to know that I love you and I appreciate you for stopping in, especially considering that it was so last minute and 2 hours later than I said it was going to be. I did this. Lala knows. But yeah, world religion studies will change your perception on a lot of things. I have since, love you, babe. I have, since I was 17 years old, I spent decades studying every single religion that I could get my hands on, or what some people call religions, and they happen to be cults. Like I did. I studied Scientology. That's why I know so much about it. I even went to the Blue Building when I lived in Los Angeles and went inside and made them give me the whole spiel. It was a whole day. It's so stupid. And then of course they just kept calling me back and calling me back and calling me back. But I just wanted an inside view, and I got what I was looking for. I saw, but Like Bill Murray said, I came, I saw, I kicked its ass. Not yet, but I'm working on it with the help of a lot of other people. And one of the reasons that I've got such a chip on my shoulder against Scientology is that Scientology is intertwined with the troubled teen industry. Thanks to Synanon. Synanon also had a lot to do with Scientology, and that's something that I don't see a lot of ex-Scientologists or Scientology protesters talking about, is the link between Synanon and Scientology. Even though Scientology was started in 1953, it didn't really start to pick up steam until 57, 58, which was the same time that Chuck Diedrich started Synanon. We'll get more into that later because I am going to start doing some stuff. Good point, Mandy. And Synanon came from AA. Chuck Diedrich was an alcoholic. He was going to AA. The man really, he was like a used car salesman. He could sell anything to anybody. He could sell somebody. I can't say things anymore that people don't find insulting, so I have to watch my words. Let's see. I think a lot of us went this route to help us bring some clarity on what we thought were our own problems, but in reality was the problem of others' religious foundations. That's my ASMR for the day, is the cults. Okay. I'm not sure how good you could hear that, but first of all, me just laughing is a good thing. Mandy says, growing up in the church, it made me take world religion so I could try and understand why people use it to hurt others. Exactly. And it's funny because I'm going to bring up a very controversial religion right now, just as an example. I've brought it up in conversations with my friends. I don't think I brought it up in my stream ever before. But I studied and researched Satanism even when I was young. I had friends that were practicing Satanists. And Satanists are just atheists who believe in worshiping themselves. The word Satanist was chosen to shock Christians to keep them away. It's really, really simple. I mean, you could look it up, but whatever. I didn't find myself in Satanism. I read a really phenomenal book called The Satanic Witch, which I don't know if I should recommend it to people, but it really teaches girls and women how to tap into the power of themselves. And nice. I like how you got unbaptized. That's fantastic. And true religion has nothing to do with high control groups. And again, I think that my main issue with religion, the word religion, it's not a higher power thing. It's not a God thing. It's not a goddess thing. It's not a God's thing. It's not and whatever you want to see. Now, you know what I want to say is that I'm really happy that we have Kim here, because Kim is a Christian, and I respect the heck out of Kim for that, because Kim, I'm going to keep you up here. You, my friend, are an example of a good person. You don't use your faith to hurt others. You don't use your faith to tear other people down. You don't use it as a weapon. That's what I like. So there is a difference between being a practicing Christian and religions, or, you don't have to blush, sweetie. I totally mean that. And then we've got Mandy. I respect Christians that don't deny that the Bible is just a story that happened a long time ago and things have changed. Absolutely. And, I have several friends that are, very seriously Christian, and I absolutely respect that. Some of them struggle to accept my desire not to be a practicing Christian, which is a shame, because all I ask from people is the same amount of respect that I give to them. And not everybody can do that. And that, unfortunately, is where we come up with those who some of us call hypocristians, where they just use it to just be angry at everybody and to be separate and better, and that's not okay with me. And that is not about being a Christian. It's about, you're filling your insecurities by saying that you're better than somebody else because they don't have this thing that you have. Well, of course you can fully disagree. That's the beauty of it. And nobody's mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I hope that you're not mad at me. I don't think you are, but I don't assume things. What people don't understand is that you can't worship a being that you don't believe in. Satanism, right? It's one of the best trolls in our current history. It's true. No, you know what though, sweetie? You can disagree with me. That's the beauty. That's one of the things that I'm desperate to spread. It's okay to disagree and still be friends and still love each other and still care about what happens to one another. That's what we've lost in society. I could sit here on my bully pulpit and say that it's all because of the internet while I stream my face talking to you all on the internet. That makes me a hypocrite. Now, I will say that social media and the like have hurt society and people and generations and allowed people to be their most disgusting selves from behind a computer screen or from behind a phone screen, right? Like I could just say all the worst things, unimaginable, because I don't have to be held accountable for my actions or my words. I do want to make a disclaimer that I make in every single one of my videos. I'm not an alcoholic. I have a serious digestive problem, and it causes me, especially when I'm nervous or stressed, to hiccup and burp. So just in case anybody forgot. But what I'm really looking for, and I know that we went into the religion thing, and I'm never against. Oh wait, you said this before, but I want to. You're having Krista Molina on to talk about how to learn to get along despite deep divisions. See, girl, I am so there. So that's on your stream tonight. Can you remind me what time your stream is? Good question. And I can't answer that because, yeah, I question that a lot myself, actually. I think that's one of the things that I struggle with the most as far as an omnipresent being, a God type figure, because okay, so 8 for me. Perfect. I'm making a mental note right now. I want to check that out. I want to be involved in that conversation because it's another one of my goals in life is to bring people together. I do use Twitter. I've been using Twitter since it started, and it's an incredibly, thanks Anit for putting that in there. You know what? That's a really good idea. I don't know, Kim, you and Mandy should get in touch with each other because that'd be something really fascinating to see the two of you talk respectfully to each other, because I know that you're both very respectful, and I encourage that myself. I absolutely love it, because if I can be kind to people still to this day who have destroyed me, really, to the point of to almost complete destruction, and still fighting to have any kind of I say this a lot, I'm still struggling to have some kind of good life. Not happy. Happiness is within each of us. We choose whether or not we want to be happy, if we want to let that out. That was something that I came to understand about 15 years ago. It just kind of hit me one day that, when I was young, people would always ask me, well, what do you want? What do you want? And my go-to answer was always to be happy, because I didn't understand that my ability to be happy is within me. But I am also a product of we accept the love we think we deserve. And considering that I never really thought I deserved love because I was told I didn't deserve love and that I was useless and that I would never amount to anything. And I wasn't even technically, according to a parent, meant to live past 18 because I was such a piece of crap. Despite their best wishes, I'm still sitting here. We're not talking right now, and that hurts a lot. But you can't force other people to face their past decisions and their trauma and their pain. All you can do is work through your own and hope that people will take that journey with you. This parent has chosen not to take that journey with me. In fact, they have chosen that they want me to just let it go. And the only way that I can let this go is if I turn around and look at it now that I remember more and more every day. And it's a good thing. It hurts a lot, but it's a good thing. My memory is coming back. Is a good thing more than it's a bad thing. Because I spent too many years of my life not understanding what was wrong. You notice I didn't say with me. I used to say that. I always wanted to know what's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. I was traumatized. I was institutionalized. I was brainwashed. I was heartbroken. And then I was dumped back out with my family. Nobody ever talked about it again. Well, those days are over. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see what Mandy's got to say. I struggle with the division too. A lot of intense Christians think it's the devil and will not entertain the idea of different beliefs. That's fear. I truly believe that that's fear. Yeah. This is funny that you mentioned that. In my practice, we focus on birth and death and honoring the cycle. I agree with that. Makes me not afraid to die because I want to be a tree. I want to become human compost. It's easier on the environment too. I like that. I'm kind of hoping maybe not my next life. I might have some more lives to work it out, but I look forward to the life where I get to be a cat. And I'm talking like domesticated, spoiled house cat, not feral in the street. Even though that might not be so bad. I mean, I was a feral in the street teenager. So I'd probably do really well as a feral in the street cat. Let's see. PTSD is so weird because you'll be doing something and bam, you get hit with a flashback. Seriously, yes. Crystal says, I had to learn what my faith meant to me because of all of the religious abuse my mother put me through and growing up in a fundamental Baptist church. My faith is my own above what was done to me. You know, that's very strong of you, Crystal, that you can separate your faith from your religious trauma. It is. I believe that I'm getting close to that. I still struggle with the idea of a God, of an omnipresent being. And Kim and anybody else here who is a believer, please pardon me when I say that I will not call God a he, because God, from my understanding, from my training as a kid growing up, was not a human. So therefore, I'm not going to give them a human outline or gender identity or whatever. You know, I remember I used to say, you know, oh, she or God is a woman, and like people get really mad at me. But I think that's just because we have a lot of woman haters. Not in here. I mean, just, you know, in the world, in this country, because I feel, I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like we're going. My dad happened to be one of the pastors of that church. How you met Crystal. That's amazing. So you all know each other in person, and that's so great. It's like you guys are like me and Mac, except we didn't meet because of church. We met because of the lifeboat. And we happened to live. Washington State is the first to legalize human composting. I love that. And if human composting was first brought to my attention, pardon me, from a television show. I'll admit, I was really into this show in the 2000s called 6 Feet Under, and the main character, Nathaniel. I don't think it's the same thing. I think that that character was more of a natural burial of returning to the earth, not so much as becoming a compost. But I dug that idea, except for the whole being. It was an amazing show. That was for me one of the first. How would I put it? Kind of breakthrough shows. Where it kind of broke the mold of mafia shows and cop shows and hospital shows and family shows. It's like something. It was a family, but it was so different, and I love different because I'm different. Oh, and if we have anybody here that like uses the word weird to describe the Rump and his buddy JD, Bubba JD, and we're using the word weird, can we stop? Because they've taken so much from us. I don't want to give them weird. I am a proud weirdo. I mean, they're strange thinking people, but I don't want to give them weird. See how I said that so seriously? I mean, I really mean it. And I agree with this. The ending of 6 Feet Under was, I agree, probably the best ending to a television show that I've ever seen, because what it did is it wrapped up every character's life after this point where the show ended. And it showed you, what everybody got up to, and it was beautiful. And I loved that. And it was almost kind of like a very cathartic way to say goodbye to a show, because, we all tend to get emotionally attached to characters on shows, especially if they're long running shows, because, you're investing an hour or half hour or whatever a week of your life into these characters. You want to put your life on hold, like, take it out of your brain and set it on the table while you're playing make believe, watching somebody's fake life, so you don't have to worry about your own. Like the characters on Shameless, that show went on 11 years, and I really was attached to the characters, the Gallagher family on Shameless. It was a really long time. Hey, proud weirdo too. Yeah, that's good. I think that, being a follower, I mean, it's okay to follow things, follow leaders, like how do I put it? So people, Christians who go to church, Muslims who go to mosque, Jews who go to synagogue or temple, and any pagans who go out into the woods. Anybody that, there's going to be. Which one was the horrible, good show, horrible ending? Oh, you mean, yeah, I was disappointed with the end of. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually just disappointed that Fiona didn't come back. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It broke my heart that Fiona didn't come back. Sorry, I was going back to Shameless, but I feel like, gosh, I am definitely ADD girl. I'm sorry for all of you, ADHD girl today, because my brain is just starting to refire. So, it's been a while since I've been doing critical thinking and, talking on my toes and going with a stream of conscious kind of talk. It happens to take me all over the place. But I thought, you know what? Let's go on a journey together. Let's take a twisty, windy path on some beautiful mountain road that leads us to the ocean, so we can see the beauty of the end, right? That's where I decided, and I don't know if Jay is still here, but it's this is all credited to my girl Jada, and just saying one sentence to me. Sometimes you just have to pull the pull the latch. I'm not going to use the other word. Pull that latch and just let your thoughts go. Doesn't have to be about anything, right? I think Seinfeld taught us that. I've lost my concentration probably more times than I can count already. I'm sorry, what's concentration? Isn't that a horrible board game? Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. And yeah, it's I'm using focus. I've heard of this. What have I heard of Focus Factor? A vitamin supplement that's helped me keep my thought process together. You know, I have AG1, which is Athletic Greens, and I haven't been taking it since I got sick, and I really need to start taking it again, because drinking it. And then there's a little oil with a dropper of vitamin D3 and K12. And I noticed that when I was taking that before I got sick, I was feeling really, really good. So when I get back on track with that, I will start that tomorrow. It's a little late to do that now. Even though it's not correct terminology, I tell people I have ADD simply because I don't have the hyperactivity. Yeah, I mean, I obviously I do right now, and have, but I don't even remember when they just decided that it was only ADHD. I just trying to fill out my daughter's back to school packet, and it's just now happening. Oh, right. Yeah. Doesn't she start school like next week? You know what? Hey, you're going to get it done before she starts school. And you know what? If you don't, the world's not going to come to an end. We have far too many other things going on that could very easily cause the end of the world. You getting her back to school packet is not the end of the world. You know, oh, she started today. Well, there's no judgment here. I don't allow it. Anybody that judges, anybody with a wrench, kick them out or point them out to me and I'll ban them. I don't want hateful people here because I don't even like to say that word. It hurts my mouth. I don't know if I have the chronic fatigue. I think it's possible, but I'm not sure. But definitely have the fibromyalgia. I've been diagnosed with ADD, inattentive, impulsively based. You know, that's me as well. More, you know, and then there's the daydreamy thing where I can just like stare into space. I could be in a group of people having a really serious conversation and I'm kind of listening, but I am not looking at anyone. Or I'm looking at you, so you think, but I'm looking right through you. I'm just staring. Like I'm just, you know, just staring. I think that probably, but I don't remember what it is. Right now, no, I don't know what it is. Do you know what I am going to do, Lala? Because I haven't shared this with everybody. Is probably been, what's it been like? At least a month. I need Lala to tell me. It's been at least a month since my big follow on Twitter. And it's a really, really big deal to me. And I haven't shared on my channel or really anything. Lala's been playing this game. And I guess it's like a horror game. I don't know. I'm not a video game person because, funny story, when I was a kid and living with my grandma, she got Atari because I'm older. Several of us here are. And hey, baby. Everybody say hello to my girl, Mac. Her channel is Surviving Together. Why? Hang on a second, sister. Let me get you. Let me do something. No, that's not it. Let me just do a. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, some of you here know, some of you here don't know. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm a big. Thank you, Donna. Yes, the MAGAs do not get to co-opt our weirdness. I'm a proud weirdo, and I'm not giving it up. Boom. Oh, sorry. I'm going to my channel, and I'm just like, oh, look at the history of Paris's wedding. So I wanted to tell everybody something, and that something is that about a month ago, so I don't know how many of you are on Twitter. If you want to call it X, I will call it what I want to. I'm going to do some research on maladaptive dreaming. I'm actually writing it down right now so that um I can. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Well, I'm going to research it because I have that. But I just wanted to let everybody know something very exciting that happened to me on Twitter last month. I'm thinking it was in July. Our loudest and greatest voice for attention on the troubled teen industry is a fellow survivor named Paris Hilton. We've talked about Paris Hilton. I've had several people watch her documentary on YouTube called This Is Paris. It's an amazing documentary. And personally, I wasn't a fan of Paris Hilton. However, let me put it this way. I wasn't a fan of the character that she was playing. I didn't realize. All right, I just fixed Jim Mack. I didn't realize that it was a character. Paris Hilton is a survivor of 4 troubled teen ministry programs. Clearly, she's our most successful survivor. If you really want to look, well, text it to me, please. The book. There's a book you linked in trauma. Wait, what does this mean? You linked. What did? I don't understand what you're talking about. Wait, some people act out their daydreams like if they're little kids playing. I do that. I have done. Shannon, hi. How are you? How's your day? What in the world am I getting these texts? Sorry, I'm getting text. So anyways, Paris Hilton started following me on Twitter. She has 16 million followers. She has retweeted some of my tweets. It's a really big deal to me. The reason that I haven't really announced it is because I haven't done anything on my channel. Unless I announced it when I did the review of Teen Torture Inc., which I think I need to watch and redo because I do know, and I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I think that the bubble babies, you know what I mean? Shoot. Oh, I was still sick and in my brain fog, so I don't even remember what how that review was, or if I even actually reviewed it. I want to review it, but I think that what happened to me in reviewing Teen Torture Inc., which is on HBO Max. I agree. I just want you to know that you're my friend, regardless. Everybody doesn't. It's okay. You can lurk. Everybody doesn't have to be friends. Some people don't speak their mind and just do it behind others' backs. I don't like that. I like it better when people are able to speak their mind so that the person has to face it, and then you guys can either work through it or not work through it. And some people are not going to work through their problems. Oh, all right, sweetie. Enjoy your cracking. Don't let them break your neck. Very cool, because this will bring more exposure to all that you have to share. Exactly. It's more exposure. And then, like we talked about before, when the fall session starts for Congress, I'm speaking this into being. By the way, anyone that knows, no, and not everybody has to be friends, and it's okay. It really is okay. And people have to decide, would you rather people talk smack about you behind your back, or where you can see it? Because one of my greatest pet peeves, probably my biggest pet peeve, is people talking about me behind my back. If you don't have the stones to say it to me, then you shouldn't have the right to say it, period. But I don't give energy to people who talk about me behind my back. So, you know, I'm not involved in it, Shannon. I'm choosing not to be involved in it because emotionally I walked away from all of that months ago. When people get quiet, they're DMing. Boom. Oh, wait. Should I drop the microphone? I'm not really going to drop it, though, because I don't want to break it. Oh, Lala, I don't think you saw this. Look at my cute little fake microphone. Mic drop. Okay, so now I'm starting to feel a little silly, which is really good. This is why I needed to do this. I know, it's adorable, right? One day, my microphone will look like that because I love those old-timey microphones. I just think that they're aesthetically pleasing to me. Kind of like this guy's face right here because I love me from David Bowie. And I think that, I mean, I've kind of touched at least a little bit. Yes, I actually, you know, I bought one because, you know, when I was going to start going down, I was going to start going back down to the Scientology org downtown Detroit, but we don't have foot traffic and it's just a waste of time. And the people that work in the Scientology building are actually the majority of the people that work in the Scientology building in Detroit are Jehovah's Witnesses and my neighbors. And I don't feel good attacking them. It's a different monster here in Detroit. The monster's here, but they don't really have the nerve to outwardly they don't have the nerve to outwardly, you know, come out and, like, you know, ask people to come in, and we don't have a lot of foot traffic. Besides the fact that every time I go to downtown Detroit and try to stream, my connection gets all screwed up because I live in an international city, and I bounce between towers between. Did I do that good enough? I don't know. It's kind of a little broken. Thomas, come here. You want to come meow? You haven't even made a appearance on today's live. It wouldn't be a live stream without you. Well, surprisingly enough, Thomas is not going to be making an appearance today. Good. I hope not, because I do on a daily basis try to conduct myself with dignity and respect that for others that I would want for myself. I am a believer in treating people the way I want to be treated. Clearly, some people want to be treated like they are just shit on my shoe because they act like it. I'm not talking about anybody that may have semi-accidentally almost been mentioned here, because it's not. I don't hate those people. Again, I don't hate. I don't even dislike them at all. Oh, here he is. Come here. Meow. Meow. Here he is. Kimby, have you ever seen Thomas? Come here. Come on. My co-host. This is Thomas. You want to say something? No? Everybody here knows Thomas. Regulars know Thomas. He does like to be on screen. I used to do a lot of TikToks with him because he's really hilarious. But I've never heard anything bad about you either, Kim. I think that, you know, we are adjacent to something that is based in a lot of trauma. And I don't think enough people are really taking that into consideration, that a lot of these people are traumatized themselves. He will be my performing pony if I say so. I'm the mama. Thomas. Come here. Come on, buddy. But I don't have any ill will toward anyone in our streaming community. I don't know most of them well enough to even have fully formed an opinion about people. Um, just because I don't want to say disconnected, but I have walked away from spending all of my time watching people stream their lives while I just sit and watch other people do their lives is more to do with me than it is to do with them. I've decided to be more proactive about my life and stop just listening to others, discuss theirs or give advice or fight with each other like the protesters. That was a real drag. But again, I don't have a problem with anybody because of this mainly. If I would never have watched Aaron's channel, and yeah, part of the reason that I watched Aaron's channel was from Leah Remini's Aftermath, Scientology and the Aftermath show. But Scientology has been on my radar most of my life. So I'm not new to this, but I found Aaron's stream. Aaron had guests on his stream. He had Mary. He did not have Mary Jones on his stream, but I'm just happy to see Mary. A lot of people try to force us to get to know them when we have no intention on putting ourselves out there, and it wasn't right. Yes. So, there was a lot of parasocial relationships that came out of this that some people took as more than they are. Some are, let's just be honest. There are people out there that are just in it for the wrong reasons. I'm not talking about anybody that you think I'm talking to. I'm talking about fringe people on the SPTV side, like people that are trying to take people that I like down. Those are the monsters. So that turned me off in a big bad way. I appreciate you, Mary. Thank you for giving me 2 thumbs up. This is the good thing about having a channel and an account, isn't it? I just love it. Oh, I was like, your mother's name was Blessed to crochet. That's weird. Oh, I'm having a good laugh. Oh, Lala's got me thinking about the fact that we haven't done a karaoke night in a while. You mentioned that some days ago, and it's probably like 2 weeks ago, but it feels like 2 days to me. And I think that my voice is almost healed up enough to possibly pull off some karaoke. I think that was, my mother's name was Mary. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Alyssa Edwards at the end, if any of you know who Alyssa Edwards is. She's a drag queen. I like drag queens. Oh, wait, who hasn't seen my glasses? I guess they're kind of Dame Edna / Elton John / I don't know who else. Tell me. These are the funnest glasses. Thanks, Crystal. And it's kind of yucky, my voice right now. Lala. Do you like my glasses? They are cute. See, very Dame Edna. I love that. Anyone who is into British humor knows who Dame Edna is. Fabulous drag queen from way back. By the way, everybody, drag queens are not coming for your children. They don't want to do that. They just want to live their life and make people happy. I worked in a drag bar when I lived in Daytona Beach, Florida, for anyone who doesn't know, the world's most famous beach. There is a place, the drag chain, that they're all franchised, I believe, but there is a drag chain called Hamburger Mary's. And when I left my abusive ex, ooh, I want to see your rainbow balloon glasses. So Hamburger Mary's is this amazing people. So imagine, if you will, you go to a drag show, and every single person there is celebrating something. They're celebrating a birthday, they're celebrating an anniversary, they're celebrating an impending wedding, they're celebrating their divorce, they're celebrating Bike Week because the bikers come. I've never worked anywhere that was more happy and joyous than a Hamburger Mary, because it's just a good time. You're just having fun, and I love it. Some good news, I'm only about 300 hours away from 3,000 watch hours. Mary, I am so proud of you. You and Kim and everybody that is really working on your channels. I give you so much props. I struggle to create content on my channel. I think that part of it has to do with the brevity with that what's the word? The deepness and the trauma. It's just it's a dark subject, right? So like happy. Yeah, you know what? Can we just normalize words and stop using them as attacks on people? Seriously, everything does not have to be an attack on other people. Suppression, that is, yep, that too. I talk to every day, so but I think that if I start just, not just always hitting it hard all the time in my streams about the troubled teen industry, I would be a lot more able to do this on a twice weekly basis, because my plan is that I want to do, and I've said this before, but I'm going to change my language right now. Starting this week, because it's Thursday. So starting next week, and I'll start Sunday. Let's say I'll start Sunday. Sunday, I will, you know what, Donna? Thank you. I'm going to be wrapping up anyways. I didn't even mean to get past an hour. How would you like to be a panelist on tonight's stream? Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. Look who's here again. So I'll be doing recaps, kind of not like how Natalie Webster does her Scientology recaps every day, but I will be doing weekly recaps on things I see regarding the troubled teen industry on Sundays, stuff that I've found, stuff that I've seen, stuff that's going on in other people's lives, and then I'm going to be recording. I'll be doing those. I like the idea, and this is a shout out to Lala. Okay, yeah, send me a link 30 minutes ahead. That's perfect. Big shout out to Lala. I'll be doing once a week. I'll be doing like a premiere recorded video that people can chat on, where I am discussing something like a specific topic. And so much is related to the troubled teen industry. The more I dig into it, the more I realize it doesn't have to be so incredibly specific. But every week, I'm going to have a recorded video on a topic, and then we'll talk about that and anything else that's gone on in the world that week on Sundays. So I just want to let everybody know it's kind of a format change, except that I am staying true to myself, and I'm staying true to my mission, which is to support every survivor of the troubled teen industry and every survivor of childhood trauma, domestic partner trauma, religious trauma, period. This is a safe space for trauma, but I am and will always be focused on taking down the troubled teen industry and passing federal and state regulations so that children are no longer tortured, tormented, abused, neglected, beaten, waterboarded, or unalived. So I know. Yes, and I'm also going to be working in the next few days on shorts. I'm going to be going into some of my lives, and you know what? I will take some of the jokes and put them into shorts, Mary. That's a good idea. I had been promising, and I appreciate my external hard drive that we like to call Lala for reminding me that I need to do shorts. And so I'll be doing that now that I'm awake again. And basically, this was just a check in, kind of purging of my brain so that I could refocus. So I'm going to wrap it up, but I want to thank each and every one of you who joined me live, even though I set it, canceled it, then reset it. I appreciate you all staying with me in all my flip floppiness, and I'm going to continue to work on that. I am sending so much love to everybody. I look forward to speaking with Kim and Kristen tonight. If you are interested, you already put my other speaker channel link on there, right? If you didn't, could you do it, please? And also, don't forget to, if you're into, there you go, Ones for Everyone. And let me explain what ones are. Ones are a show of support. I see you, understanding you're not alone. So whenever you see people throw ones in the chat, it just means that they're sending their love and support to you. I know that not everybody comes from the lifeboat community. And because of that, I wanted to make sure that those of you who don't understand what that is, it's something special that I really enjoy, that I like carrying over. Yes, Tommy, I stole the ones from you. Anyways, I want to say I love all of you. I love anybody who chooses to watch this in the replay. And I am open to any positive, constructive feedback in my comments. If you want to leave an ugly message, you can. But just remember that your name is attached to it. And Karma's a bitch. I'm not. I'm a sweetheart. But Karma is a bitch. I am all love. Thomas is screaming that he is all love too. But I am out of here. Peace and love. Be kind to each other. And as I always say, okay, thank you. I remember that you did, but just in case. But lastly, yes, my chat is wonderful, aren't they? I know some pretty amazing people. So I just want to remind everybody that if you remember, try to do something kind for somebody today. All of us, every single one of us, try to do something kind for somebody today. And if you can do it every day, and we keep doing it, and we keep spreading it, and we keep sharing love, I do believe that we can change the world. I really do. Thank you so much again for joining me. Have a beautiful, safe day, and I will see you soon. Bye.